And another of your research areas touches the famous Melodies stimulus set. And for me, this is a very interesting and relevant topic because both in my own music research and in discussion with my friend, Dr. Bradley Wines, from my previous podcast, he and I spoke around that choosing famous and well-known songs in audio branding is not always beneficial. So let us talk about your neuro findings around this area and your thoughts and learnings around brands using famous melodies in their audio branding.
Yeah, so the famous Melodies stimulus is a recent paper that I published, and that actually was derived from my very first work that we talked about with the patients with the temporal pole. So in that task, as I said, we presented them with a bunch of famous melodies like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, etc. And for that first paper, I had to generate all these melodies myself. I had to come up with a list. And I really always wished that there was like a stimulus set already available that I could have just used. And so now I just decided I'm going to make that stimulus set and put it out there for other researchers to use. So we took all the stimuli I used in that first paper. We did like an online survey where we asked people like name the most famous melodies you can think of. And then we generated all these melodies. We put all the melodies online. We had people rate them for like their emotional content, their familiarity. We asked them to name them. And so the whole point of that paper is to create a set of melodies that are highly familiar, recognizable, and that have ratings on lots of different categories so that other researchers, if they wanted to see, using these to see if people with Alzheimer's disease have memory for the melodies, they can just use our stimuli instead of having to reinvent the wheel and create them from scratch. In terms of like brands using famous melodies, I can see how I can see how that might be a negative because everybody has associations with these melodies, whether good or bad. They already have, feelings and semantic associations and memories that they are associate with these. And so that could influence how they feel about a brand. And you don't really know, like you have less control if you use something famous, because then it could be evoking things for other people that you have no idea what it's evoking.
Yeah, because it comes in a package, as you say, with a lot of other association, which becomes a distraction then of the focus of like, now I have to focus on this adverse. What is the message? You're just like, your brain goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super interesting.